Hi there Capricorn, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 5th of October. The Sun and Mercury continue to be right at the top of your scope in the most prominent location. This really puts into focus your ambitions but also how you connect to the world at large. Of course, Mercury has been tracking backwards and that can create some problems. So if you have found yourself feeling at right angles with someone in a position of authority or someone much younger than you, it wouldn't be a surprise. Even family dynamics may have been rather more strained. However, Mercury does begin this week forging a great angle to your ruler Saturn. And subtlety as well as authority can work just as well as trying to force the pace. So just bear that in mind around your communications. Also, Neptune, the planet of dreams, which has been really creating a fantastic potential to engage with your imagination over the last few years, is in an opposition with Mars. Now, Mars is in a part of your scope now that's all about opening up your world to new horizons. It's joined this week by Venus on Friday, and of course Jupiter is in this location too, and continues to forge a great link with Pluto in your sign. So your appetite for expanding your world, travel, higher education, and just creating more variety and stimulation in your everyday routines is probably likely to remain high. It may go all the way to the type of work you do, which if it has become very dull, repetitive, and unsatisfying and unrewarding, this can be an area too that you're looking out for new opportunities. But Neptune's opposition to Mars this week is one which can create illusion bar none. It really can be quite tricky. So if you are having conversations or you're thinking things through, it's vitally important that you add into the mix an injection of the realism that's part and parcel of your natural personality. That comes from your ruler Saturn. Ironically, although you are now have Saturn in a more psychological area, much as it supports Mercury at the start of this week, it actually starts to challenge Venus as the days go by. And I do feel that once Venus moves into Virgo on Friday, you may find yourself thinking quite pessimistically about some relationships. It's possible, if there are already some concerns, that these can start to get out of proportion a little bit. If so, if you feel that you're worrying a bit too much, or you're not quite getting the respect you feel that you're due, either at work, from the world at large, or from one particular person, try to check out of that mode and actually talk to someone who really understands what makes you tick. Because the Sun is going to be squaring up with Pluto this week, and if you get too exasperated and try to force things and demand things on your terms, you may find that relationships will fracture to the point where they cannot be repaired. So a certain amount of patience and tactical awareness is going to be necessary this week. Mercury goes forwards on Friday. Venus eventually will be of great use to you in Virgo, just not straight away. And I think you just have to be aware that communications can be quite fluid, and you might not know exactly where you stand in the way that you really like until perhaps more into next week. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck. And goodbye for now.